Hello, welcome back for lesson number 3. I'm gonna cd to my home directory and let's get started on our first bash script. So bash is the name of the command line interface that we're using. There are actually several other command line interfaces, but bash is the one that is default on most of the Linuxin that I've ever worked with. And so pretty much if you turn on a Linux machine and sit down to the terminal window and start to do stuff, you're going to be doing it in bash unless you've pre-configured it to be otherwise. So bash, this command line interface, allows you to create scripts to do stuff on the command line without you having to type all the things in. So for instance, if you went through a process to install something and it took 20 steps, you can then take all the commands that you did in those 20 steps and you can turn that into a script so that the next time you do the same thing on another computer, you don't have to do all the pieces, you just run the script. So today we're going to do a very, very simple script that's just going to use commands that you have already learned. Okay? And maybe I'll throw one new thing into this script that you've never done before. So let us nano first script. We'll call it first script. Enter. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to let's make a directory. We're going to make a directory called did it. Because when we see that that directory is there, we'll know that it did it. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to ls, we're going to list the root directory, and we're going to put that into a file called roots list. We'll call it roots list. And then I don't know what else to do next. Then the next thing we'll do is we'll touch another file, and we'll just leave it at that. Alright, so the one thing here that's new is that greater than sign. So that greater than sign is going to put the output from ls/ into the file called roots list. Okay, so we'll see what that does in just a moment. Like I said, this is just the simplest of scripts. We're gonna Control O to write it. We're going to accept the file name that we already gave it, and then we're going to Control X to exit. Okay, now this time that we run it, we're going to run it by typing bash first script and see what happens. Alright, so it seems like nothing happened, right? But if I go ls, oh look, oh my, I forgot something, didn't I? ls did it. There's nothing in did it, is there? No, there isn't. Alright, so let's less roots list and see what got written in there. Oh, there's everything that's in roots list. Alright, so let's go in and debug first script. Actually, first let's rm another file and roots list, and let's remdir did it. Alright, so now we should just have first script in there, and we'll go back in nano first script. All right, so what we actually want to do is we want to put that in did it / roots list, and we want to put that also in did it / another file. Okay, so we're gonna control O to write that, and then we're gonna control X to exit, and now we're gonna bash first script. And now let's ls and see what happened. There we go. Now we've got did it in first script. Now let's ls did it. There we go. All right, so let's less did it another file, and that should be just an empty file. It is. We're good. And let's less did it roots list, and what do we have? But our list of everything that's in root. That's pretty great. All right, so our thing worked. Now let's rm-rf did it. So remember from the last lesson, we're removing recursively. Don't ask me about this. I know what the heck I'm doing. The directory did it. All right, so nothing there but first script. Let's go back and nano first script again. Whoops. I typed that wrong. Nano first script. And here we are. So this time, after make dir, let's cd to did it. And let's then remove this and remove that. So we're going to cd to did it and then put that list into roots list. Let's do LA this time and see what that makes the file look like. Just, you know, for giggles. And then we're going to touch another file, and that's it. Oh, nah, I'm not going to teach you another command right now. I don't want to get you overwhelmed. Let's just stick with the things we already know how to do. All right, so Control O, write it. Control X to exit. And now we're going to bash first script. And what have we got? Yes, we've got did it, cd did it. What do we have in there? We've got another file, and we've got roots list. Let's less roots list and see what happened this time. Boom! Exactly what we expected. Nice. Okay. So let's rm rf that. Whoops. Actually, nope. Let's cd up one. The 2 dots means up one, remember? All right, now we're going to rm-rf did it. All right, so you've noticed so far that every time I'm calling the script, first script, I'm saying do this using bash, right? So what we want to do is we want to just be able to say first script, and it goes. So we're going to put something in the first line of our script. So first, just to be sure, we're going to go which bash. When I say bash, what am I talking about? /bin/bash. So if you're on a system that's set up differently, it is possible that bash could be in a different place. It's probably in the same place as mine. /bin/bash. Remember that. All right, so let's nano first script, and we're gonna hit enter here. So you can have as many empty spaces as you want to make things readable. So don't worry about that. We're going to do a hash bang, and then write bin slash bash. Okay? And now I'm going to write that. And now I'm going to exit. Now, I can't run it yet because if we do ls-l, you'll notice that there's no execute anywhere on here. I want to make sure that I can execute this. So I'm going to use chmod. All right, chmod is a really cool command. There's a couple different ways that you can use it. And today I'm going to teach you the easy way first, and then I'm going to teach you the harder way second. So the easy way is to use the letters. So the letters are for the different sections. The user who owns it, the group, G for group, and then O for other. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to say user plus X. So add execute powers for the user on first script. Enter. Now if we do ls-l, we can see that first script changed colors because now it's magically an executable, and we can see that user can execute this. So I can't just go first script. See, it's script. It doesn't do anything. Command not found. That's because it's not in the path for finding commands to run. So what we have to do is we have to give it the path. And the path is the file, the folder I'm in right now, the directory I'm in right now, which is ./first script. Okay? Now if I hit enter, it will run. And how do I know that it ran? Because there it is. And if I go less, did it, what was the name of that? Roots list. There's our roots list that we expected. Okay. All right, so this lesson is getting a little bit long. There's a lot more to explain to you about chmod, and we're going to get to that tomorrow with all of the different ways that you can chmod things. See you tomorrow.